The reason why there's no need for me to do politics and reach the statuses, reach the goals, reach God. Because God is going to spread it evenly, like I said. I do for me, for what I know is good, to be civil in this world, to be in the civilization of society and be beneficiary to self and others. So this is where this comes from. Like, I'm busy doing that, then there's no addressing the people when it comes to being the leader. Like, I could have a vice president that does that. Not only that, I'm not the one to be talking political. You're not going to find me being political for the reasons that in political and in that field of work, you have a tendency to want to put out an excuse. Well, if I become president, I will do that. Well, I'm not president yet, so I don't have the means to go there and do that. It's like you have an excuse why it's not done, and you have an excuse why the president is not doing it, why the current president is not doing it. And then, whether it's a lie or not, it's not an accurate thing that you're saying you'll do this and you'll do that, and people cheer for stuff that people never heard of, that sounds good, or things that people want and been wanting for years that sounds good. So you could get a hooray or a boo is not my concern. That doesn't fix the issues. Because for you to be a person in society and say you got to wait to be a leader to practice in the way that you know that you're going to give us, but you haven't even given us in society as a person. So I'm giving you that. I got my tools before I say I can lead, because I can see that I'm already leading, because I already got the solutions, because I'm not here pointing no fingers. I'm not no figure that you could put on the media, top artists and artists from the islands, and you want to go to the islands, I'll invest so much. We already set out that there's Banana Republics. They will go to the islands if they feel like it's going to end up in the islands. They do have backup plans, like they will go to the moon and leave you to sort your own things out and live in the moon. They will do that, because that's what you see what they produce in crisis, in pandemics. It's superficial. Like, the care package is superficial. I don't have to say more. That's not. I'm not saying what is not. I'm saying what it is. Although I don't have an issue with finding the solution where I'm already in that path. Whatever you want to put out is just to show. So it's your image and your servants when it comes to using these medias and these avenues that you want to feel that you want to put and force me into a political world when it doesn't have to be you. It doesn't have to be you. By legally, you force me by putting fixed society around me, so I could be forced to go a certain way. If not, then the people that I'm around, you're gonna infiltrate and you're gonna make them lead me somewhere. The businesses I joined to work so I could make my ends meet, because you're taking away from my taxes that you created a bogus debt from that agencies, from all that. So you already know I have the tools. So you preventing me from getting the tools, and and then you putting things out there like you're the future to see what people are gonna say. And then if I address it, then what you think? People are gonna be like, well, you already have another plan if people start coming to me. Because you already know that when people find the BS in you, and they see that there's none of that in me, and I don't put my time in things that are not accurate and superficial, I put my things in where is organic and advanced and beneficiary to myself and all. So if God is giving me the creations and it's not coming from this system that is, there's just a few of weights to see if they could get anything from you down. I'm coming down. And when they're coming down, they're taking everybody with them. I'm not with you. I'm not with them. I'm not dumb. Okay? That's all you need to know. There is no relationships there. There's no associations there. And I can move perfectly legally, but they not moving professionally and legally, and they wearing the titles. And then they have infinite funds. You see where it's going, and then they want to control how much of the funds is going out. So that's good for what you do. That's not good for what I do, and I know from my essence, I know better, and I come from the roots of better. Because I came up this much to have this knowledge, and I came up this much for God to bless me with the all-seeing light. That star is always there. It always been there. Everything else is program systems that people fall into, and programs and systems is not from your essence, and it could be off humanitarian practices. And if it doesn't go with society. So what doesn't go doesn't come with me. It's not part of me. So no, because you have a mouth and you think that you can sound of all intelligence, you're not producing. Everybody see you have a mouth. Everybody see you getting the artists from islands to address what I'm saying. Everybody sees that I'm not going back and forth. I have tools. I'm not pointing fingers. These tools are for me to use too. And this is how I meet with the public. This is how I talk with the public. This is how I move with the public. I don't move trying to pull out of something that's in the works to make beneficiary for the community, for your family. To bring you in more is to be one with yourself and you're more independent. Instead of grabbing onto something that's off your nature and it'll bring you out of beneficiaries, and you just depending on whatever you could get out of a bailout. And the ones that do get bailout, they invest in their money to go to the moon and make another civilization. It's like the vaccine, whatever, like there's not in your nature. Like there's not things that you need to put and that you could put in your body. That's not even mentioned in the medical field, or a doctor will tell you, because they're going to give you a vaccine to say that's the ultimate only way that your body is going to be well in a pandemic time. And then they have things that are not accurate. Like your body is tricked into getting its own defense to fight whatever's out there. So if you have it already in your body, you don't need, your body's too smart to get tricked. Whatever your body don't need, it's telling it, and it's going to react to it 100% accurately. So the only inaccurate thing is those the facts on the vaccine and how they're produced and what the cost and how it's operated and function. That's not a factual thing. My body can never be tricked, right? So I already understand that. That's how I know I get to that. Like, how do I get to it? I didn't go to a book. I didn't go to Google. So this is the thing. I don't go to media to find my information. You guys got to go out there and hear it from me to then want to say something. That's how you know who is the original one. It ain't hard to see. There's no matrix. There's no government. There's no higher authority. I get the creations from God. God gives me the tools. I create for God. I do that for God. And then I see what it is, and I'm like, damn, God, you really love us. I'm going to take advantage of that. If you can't say that to the creations, then it's not for you then. It's not for you to see until you get your trials and tribulations taken care of, right? God is going to give it to you the way he's going to give it to you. I'm not here to explain that to you. I'm not speaking to the people because it's self-explained. What's given is the beneficiary of what's the situation, what's happening, and what doesn't need to be happening. So you're spending more time politicking, and you're spending more time over here preaching, and I'm living on my creation, and I'm well without the superficial. 100% well, and more beneficiary. I'm being blessed without media and the books and any information out there, and I'm creating the new information out of our own meditating and out of our own wellness, and it's only hitting because it's part of your nature. I have the roots that I put my feet and I put my hands in the ground, where it all comes from. I looked up and I see the energy source where it all is giving. And I put Trinity together, we're going to care for this. So I have my responsibility. And the response is giving me well. That it over exceeds everything that you could do in technology, education, and to raise this world from all ages. I don't leave nobody behind. So those images of your armies, of your intelligence that leave all this out and then manipulate it out here, and those shirts that say you don't leave nobody behind, I've proven that with even just the technology that you always had beforehand, before it came to the public, and or the technology of knowing the body beforehand. The herbs was passing by this from generations. We've been given this way by nature. That you can't take, if you're serving a human, you can't take this element out and feel that because you have a program and feel that you have a title and laws to go over your nature that's going over humanitarian. So now you breaking our rights. Because the acknowledgement of how a person functions under any circumstances out of its nature, and is put because of the service or the force that is coming from, is still engaging, and is still assaulting to your nature, right? Stress. All this is gonna bring all of this thing, and then what? Because you have an authority and you feel you could go over whoever goes like the vaccine. Whoever goes, but you put out the most that you could do for a human. It's not a factual thing. So here we are, one man, one guy. You can be more independent with your knowledge and you really know that it's coming from that source. It's me. So I don't need there's no power to search for. If I was looking for power, I'll be amongst all you guys trying to act like you can manipulate everything, trying to act like you could put a show out of it, try to act like you could make it something that it is not, and have a control, have gains over it. That's fraud. When you gain personally and objects, people, places, whatever your attention is, the intentions is there. Because it's not well for the person that you're doing it to, right? So there you go. Even your psychology and your education is off. And I'm that advanced to know that I'm creating out of what the word you will say wedlock, but I know God is good. God is in vision and God is giving. God gives all because he sees it all. God be all because he be in all. So he's within me. I gotta be that. So my meditational ways and the ways I'm creating is giving me that. One man, one God. That's through all, Trinity.